Hey guys, welcome back to another sketchbook talk. It has been a long time since I've done one of these. So before I get into my topic for today, the current thing I'm doing, this is just a page with old painted index cards on it. On the other side there was just stuff glued and stapled to it, so I just, need to cover up like the ripply pages with it. So I'm just gonna do some, a little positive doodle on it. I'm only going to do 3 pages in here for this in here, and the sketchbook's almost done, so that's cool. But on to my topic. I want to talk about supporting artists you like, because we all have tons of artists we like. We all have tons of content creators we like, but supporting them not always like an obvious thing if you don't commission them. Because that's the obvious thing, and that's one of the things you do most if you really want to support your artist, and you can. You commission them, you pay them for their work. That's the best thing you can do. But not everybody can do that, and that's completely understandable. Don't have extra money, sometimes maybe you do have money, but it's not like on a credit card, so you can't really do it online. Stuff happens. So what do you do then? And I'm only bringing up this topic because YouTube's notorious for being, absolutely crap to its content creators. I'm telling you firsthand, it's just hard. The algorithm demands you make at least 10-minute long videos, and they have to be uploaded frequently, and that's just not possible for most people, because we're busy, we have school and stuff. So, back on track to supporting artists. Number 1, obviously, is commissioning their work. Number 2 is just watching their work. Seeing what they're doing is great. That's why watching YouTube videos is important to content creators, getting all those views and consistent views, and you're actually viewing it for a long time. Because yes, we see the stats. We see if you're there only for 2 minutes. And we understand, some things aren't your cup of tea, but it's just without the views, there is no promotion. There is no showing up in other people's, recommendeds, and that's kind of our business. Kind of in that same vein, sharing videos and sharing artwork is a great way to support your favorite content creators. On YouTube, obviously, share them, link it, send it to your friend, your grandma, I don't care. That's honestly one of the best things you do, because it's not only is it essentially almost like free advertising for us, it's going outside of our normal fan base, I'm using quotes here, because say my artwork's mostly mixed media right now, my mixed media artwork's generally more of a adult thing, more adults are into it, while digital art is something more younger kids would do. So say somebody finds some really cool fan art and they send it to their friend, that friend might have not even, been watching art stuff before. So it expands our audience, is my point. Expanding your audience is a very important thing, and it's hard to do because you're supposed to focus on a specific audience but also expand it. And that can be difficult and hard to balance. Another thing is just encouragement, support, comment on the videos, comment on Tumblr posts. This works for anything. Got a favorite fanfic? Just keyboard smash. There's some support right there. Honestly, viewer feedback, whether you just like it, whether it's just a keyboard smash that you're saying you love it, or some genuine long paragraph constructive criticism from an art critic, all of that means a ton, because one is part of that activity which promotes you, but interacting with people is great. I would love to interact with you guys more, but I also realize I apparently just don't have the most talkative not fan base, but viewers, and that's fine. But I cannot stress enough how important and encouraging it is to just hear, hey, I love your work, or hey, I think this is cool, or hey, you make a good point. Even if it feels one-sided, and even if you don't get a response or an immediate response, it's still deeply, deeply loved. Who doesn't love validation? I live for validation. Validate me and my hard work, and I will love you forever. But, like, I can't stress enough how much interacting with your content creator is important. Even if it's like, say, Markiplier, and it's like, he gets tens of thousands of comments. Yes, he's not going to be able to read all of them, but he still reads them. And just the sheer number of comments of people trying to talk to him and talking to each other and talking about what he talked about in his video, that means a lot. Discussion's great. The comments, I would love more comments. I would love discussion comments. I think are one of my favorite things. That's why I follow a few YouTubers who encourage discussions in the comments and talking about stuff. Point Band's one of the YouTuber I watch, and occasionally his videos are something you just sort of talk in the comments about, whether it's about how robots are going to take over the world one day and your thoughts on that, or something else. It's engaging and it's fun and it's something for both the creator and the viewer. Let's see, what have I been over? Watching the videos, commissioning, sharing, commenting. It does really come down to that. But in the end, obviously financial support's going to be the most important support. So a Patreon, or commissioning, or watching YouTube videos, because, advertisement money, even though I don't get advertisement money because I'm not monetized, same vein. It's just really important. Well, not really important, but it's meaningful to support the creators you like, because without support, they're not going to make that art. What I like to do, what I'm planning to do, speed paint wise, largely comes on, okay, how many views is this getting? Views first, and then likes to dislikes next, and I hardly get likes to dislikes or dislikes at all, so it's not a good, tell of people but I notice, my digital speed paints get a little bit more views. My gore speed paints get a bit more views as well. And, and that encourages me, because it makes me think, people like this. And that's important to me. A complete sideline for the month of October, I'm doing all spooky speed paints, demons and gores and stuff. So if you have ideas for that, I would love to hear in the comments. Because school's been rough, and coming up with ideas is hard. But yeah, no, content creators, they're looking out, they're listening, and they're watching and seeing, what are people liking today? What's gonna get me views? What's gonna get me, money to pay my bills? It's important. I used to, check all the time my viewers, my subscribers, seeing how they do. I love the graphs you get to see on the Creator Studio. Part of it's because I love graphs, and part of it's because I want validation and to see myself improving. And it's a tad heartbreaking when I see that not happening, but, I've learned to get over it at this point. But I think viewers and consumers of art forget how much influence they have in that art. Because as much as some people will complain about the annoying commissions or requests they get, in the end, a lot of artists, especially modern artists, they thrive and they survive on these comments and this support. Without it, they would have no base, and they would have not a lot, if anything at all. Minor sidetrack. What I'm doing right here, this was a collage page, covered it with a wet paint, and I've used gesso to fill out a figure, ink to mark the figure, and this gold metallic pen for details, and it says, don't feel shame for who you are. I forget what the thing in the corner says. It says, you are strong. Yeah. Again, this is sort of just more doodly for the hell of it, and slightly venti, this one was. It's fine. Where was I? Ah, yeah, support your creators. Like, yeah, consumers make everything in this capitalist society. Whoa. No, but like, yeah, without people consuming, there is no creator. That's why a lot of people find it very important to boycott certain brands or certain artists, especially if they've done something terribly wrong. Because they're going to keep doing it if people keep consuming it. Like, and that's why call-out posts can be their own double-edged sword, because it means more people check them out. But that's its own topic. It's very important that if you want to see your creator keep creating, not your creator, but you support them. And it's just a nice thing to do, to say, hey, I really like your work, do that random act of kindness thing. I know I love doing that because I love making people's days, and I find, kindness to be very important to me. It's just, I think consumers just need to realize how big of a role and how much shape they have. Sorry about that. My mother called me. Where was I? Yes. Consumers play a big role, like I said. Like, no creator's gonna do something without, like, a consumer backing them. Obviously, this is always the case because people will take personal projects anyway. But how motivated they are really does depend on how much support they're getting, whether it be from family, friends, or just, random strangers on the internet giving them likes and views. And I think consumers don't completely understand that at times. They think the only way to show support is with money, and although that's probably one of the strongest forms of support, it's not the only thing. Honestly, I honestly value somebody saying, this thing, this art, this animation helps me through tough times, or I just really like it, a bit more than I value, $10 from a sketch commission. Because it just, one has a more emotional impact. Not saying I don't want or need the money, but you get the point. There's more emotion in it. Sorry. So, it's just like, I think consumers need to understand that, and I think consumers obviously don't have to make more of an effort to show constant support for their creators, but it would be really, really nice if they did, considering creators go through hell for their art. I mean, have you seen animation? It's drawing pictures, thousands, hundreds if not thousands of pictures, just with slight differences. It's hell. And full-page illustrations are the same way, because it's just like, hours of work poured into just one piece somebody's going to stare at for, like, at max 15 seconds at. Oil painting, and actually all paintings the same way. You have people who make videos, people who make movies, like, there's so, like, much work that goes into it, and the consumer only sees it for, like, a fraction of the time. Like, it's the tiniest fraction of the time that it took to make it. It's insane. And I think that's why support means a ton to creators, because we put so much work for it, and hardly anything comes really close to kind of like matching that, But yeah, totally go ahead and like support your creators. Tell them how much you love this piece of art. Keyboard smash a comment on Archive of Our Own. Just spam heart emojis into somebody's inbox on Tumblr because you just love that art so much. Every little thing means so much to somebody. So just go ahead and do it. I get like there's that social awkwardness to come with it, and I'm the same way. But that's why Anon's always an option on Tumblr. And just, it's not that big of a deal. Because I don't know about you, but I tend to forget names quickly and faces quickly because I'm bad with that. So I'm not always going to remember, it was this person that said the thing. I know this thing was said and it made me feel good, therefore I'm happy now remembering it. So, like, yeah, just support your artists, especially through YouTube's changing shit algorithm and no other platform to turn to, and everybody struggling in this economy. Support your artists. And thank you for watching this video. I hope you like it and have a good day.